What's up, guys? Let's throw out a little bonus video there tonight because why not? Even though I'm not really going to talk about anything I didn't talk about this morning for the most part. But this morning I did forget to rant about the recent baseball plays that I've had, where the last three were plays that would have won if I made them first 5 inning wagers, and they all lost because I made them the full game. I think my handicapping was good on those. I think that was seen in those games. It was just crazy things happening at the ends of these games that are kind of unpredictable in a way. The San Diego Padres a few nights ago, they were winning 1-0 into the eighth, and they wound up losing 2-1. That's one thing, but then the Chicago Cubs being up 6-0 in the sixth in the night after that, and then blowing that game, that's completely insane. One of the worst beats that I've had recently. And then last night, the under in the Royals-Tigers game. That was the game where the Royals were winning 3-0 into the seventh. It looked like that was clearly going to go under. It was looking quite good. And then what do? Their bullpen gets blown up, and they give up a 7 spot to the Tigers in the seventh inning, lose 7-3. It goes over the total just like that. Totally insane. And I did mention that the Royals had used like a few extra relievers than they needed to in the game that had to be resumed from the previous game, which was suspended probably for rain or something. I don't even know. So that was a factor, and the Royals bullpen's not that good. But when you have a 3-run game, it's 3-0, 3-run total into the seventh, you don't expect that thing to get completely blown up in 1 inning, a 7 spot. That's just insane. No matter how bad your bullpen is or what state it's in there, you don't expect that to happen. But I don't believe it, man. This is completely insane, horrible. Talking about tonight, I already mentioned this stuff this morning, but the Cincinnati-BYU game is the strongest lean that I have in college football. I like Cincinnati. You can go look at my other video to see why, but it's mostly that I think BYU is overrated. And Cincinnati may be a little bit underrated still, but you can see the market movement on that. Cincinnati's actually come down a little bit because they had moved from like an underdog up to like a -2 favorite at one point. I think they're down to a -1 favorite, but market-wise, yeah, I still like Cincinnati in that one. I have the play that I put out this morning on the Boston Red Sox. I took them +116, and that line was like cascading down. They might have been like +130 when it first came out or something because the Orioles clinched last night, so they have nothing to play for anymore, really. They're going to be in a letdown spot after a big celebration, clinching the AL East, I should say. And I think that has been proven out that is a good play on my part. Hopefully you guys got in on it because the Red Sox are up to a -117 favorite last I saw, and that game is about to start. So they're going off the favorite in that game. So good anticipation, I think, on my part. And just the situation just called for it. I was just looking for it. As soon as the Orioles won the way they did last night and clinch, I was like, I'm going to look to go against them. Pitching matchup looks good in that one for the Red Sox too. But I don't know if I would lay the Red Sox as a favorite at this point. Like, you're getting the worst of it. But I lean to the Red Sox side there, obviously. And if you got in on it early like I did, got in on the underdog price, obviously you got in good. I think it's a good play. Good to go. We're doing it. I am playing the San Francisco Giants, like I mentioned this morning. Took +120. It looks like it's kind of stayed around where it is. The market looks like there's a heavy amount of tickets on the Dodgers. Of course, they're the Dodgers. Public team, really good record, almost up to 100 wins. Everybody likes the Dodgers, but I don't think the Dodgers have any way to advance or anything at this point. They only have a couple games left. They've clinched the NL West by quite a bit. I think they're kind of just locked into whatever their playoff spot is at this point. And I mentioned all this morning, I think. I don't like Lance Lynn as a pitcher for them, even though he's been a bit better than he was on the White Sox this year. It looks like his career is kind of on the downslope there, kind of at the end of his career. He's really fallen off this year. His ERA, I think, is north of 8 this year, maybe, or it was at one point. Really, really bad numbers, 1.5 whip. You're putting 1.5 guys on base. Even with the Dodgers, he's been putting way too many guys on base. He's not really a strikeout guy. Throws junk. Don't like it. And on the other side, I like the Giants have Keaton Win versus Lynn, but let's win with Win. He's a rookie. Only one guy on the Dodgers has ever faced him before. One at bat, 0 for 1. I think it was probably when Wynn was coming out of the bullpen. Wynn has made like 4 starts, and he's been good. He's got good strikeout numbers. Makes me think that he has good stuff. He's able to mow these MLB hitters down, man. So I think he's going to have the advantage first time facing these hitters, especially when they're less motivated. Giants, I think, will be more motivated because they're facing the Dodgers, their rival, who's kind of like the bigger California team, the bigger NL West team at this point. I think Giants kind of always have this like mentality where they kind of play little brother to the Giants, I think, or sorry, to the Dodgers, because the Dodgers are like the bigger money market by a bit, and that's just the way it is. So I think the Giants are going to have more motivation, and the Giants did like a couple hours ago, I think they fired Gabe Kapler because of their implosion this month and failing to make the playoffs. They were in the wild card hunt, and I think they went on like a 7 or 8 game losing streak in the middle of the month and just absolutely shot themselves in the foot and completely tanked the season. Gabe Kapler is out. Whoever their interim is, I think is probably going to be the same interim that they had managing when Kapler was suspended not too long ago for, I don't know, arguing with umpire. I don't even remember what it was. Arguing with umpires over something. So I think that's actually maybe a positive for the Giants. It depends on what their feelings are about Gabe Kapler, but I know that like Logan Webb and seemingly some of their other guys didn't like the locker room atmosphere really under Kapler and the way that things had gone. So I think the players might have kind of not wanted him to still be there, which might be a factor in why ownership decided to get rid of him before the season actually ends, with a couple games left. That is kind of like a statement. And that makes me think the players are going to want to actually play and play hard in a situation like this. So I think that might be the case here, and you might get a little bit of extra value on them because of the loss of the manager, but I don't know about that because the number looks like it hasn't really moved. It's kind of stayed the same. It came out about where I expected it to and kind of has stayed that way, but the market looks good with a lot of the public, a lot of the tickets on the Dodgers, and a little bit less of the money, but still like 87% of tickets, 83% of the money on the Dodgers or something in line has crept down just a little bit. So it looks like there is maybe a little bit of play on the Giants. So for the first time in a while, MLB 2 for 1 tonight, baby. Boston Red Sox at plus 116, although that number's completely gone. And in the late night, Pacific Coast, San Francisco Giants plus 120. Let's do it.